Hello everybody, Adam Monk here from FourFourTwo. Now I presume most of you watching this will be England fans, so I presume you might be watching this one tomorrow hungover after the result earlier. But whilst I did go and watch that game with Adam 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗥𝗔 at the pub, I then had to come back and do my homework, which was watching Netherlands versus Turkey. And to be honest, it didn't underwhelm. It was a very entertaining game and the Dutch progressed. However, I am now slightly concerned after watching it because there is one man in that team that I think could cause us some problems. These extra chewing gums are preposterously big. It's like falling out my mouth. Oh, it's gone on the floor. Okay, I'll pick that up now. Now from the Turkey side of things, everyone's dark horses in Euro 2020. To be fair, this time with 𝗕𝗫𝗍𝗓, they have lived up to expectations, but I feel like the real reason that Netherlands progressed in this game over anything was really their positional discipline. So take a look at this. These are the average Dutch positions against Turkey, and even at just looking at this on the eye test alone, you can see there's a very nice balance and structure to it. They're not too camped back, they're not too pegged far forward. They've got their three up top, their five across the middle, and sort of Van Dijk and De Vrij at the back. But this is what I mean by positional discipline. This is 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗏 heat map in the game, and then this is Steven Bergwijn's as well. So you've got two real disciplined right-sided players there. Then you've got 𝗦𝗶𝗴𝗍𝗏 here doing an awful lot of operating defensively on that left-hand side. And then most importantly, the man we will be talking about today, Cody Gakpo, again, just absolutely wreaking havoc and really hugging that left-hand flank for the whole 90 minutes. He did not deviate whatsoever. And then to supplement those right and left-hand sides, you had 𝗦𝗶𝗴𝗍𝗏 in all action areas. And also 𝗕𝗫𝗧𝗏 as well. So the balance and the discipline for the Dutch was just second to none. What impressed me most though, I think you can always argue, you know, teams can be disciplined, they can set up a certain way, they can have a game plan, but you have to change in accordance to the game, and some teams do. You know, you could say England are disciplined, they set up a certain way, but they're not very good, and then it ends up being Southgate throwing X-Factor players on to try and make something happen and get a goal. What Netherlands did, despite going a goal down, is they absolutely stuck to the plan. You can see here this is the attacking momentum throughout the game, and Turkey had the lion's share of it in the first half, which would usually put many teams under a lot of mental duress, particularly Gareth Southgate. But look at the upturning fortune in the second half. Netherlands stuck to the game plan. Cody Gakpo particularly, who we will come on to, was very disciplined, proficient, all action in that second half, and it paid dividends for the Dutch. So yeah, Cody Gakpo, I mean, I'll be completely honest with you, as a Premier League fan, watching him at Liverpool this season, it was a little bit like watching 𝗘 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 about 10 months ago before he started scoring goals, where it was like, yeah, he's good, he pops up with the odd goal, but what is it he's actually good at? He was a bit gangly, a bit lanky, looked almost like a too big a frame to be playing on that left-hand side, was a bit part player in that Jurgen Klopp Liverpool team towards the end of his tenure. But he's just exploded. He's very much like 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, if you will, where it comes to international football, he's just a different animal. The reason Cody Gakpo played particularly well in this game, you ask? Well, this. These are the total percentage of attacking touches that occurred within each third for Turkey, and you can see 63.8% of it is on the right-hand side of the pitch, and the right-hand side of the pitch is occupied by Turkey's star man, 𝗕𝗫𝗍𝗏. Or 𝗬𝗓, have I said that right? 𝗬𝗓, I don't know. I was asking the audience anyway. So this is how it kind of played out. Turkey set up in a 5-4-1, if you will, with 𝗕𝗫𝗍𝗏 on the right-hand side, of course, their talisman, their star man, their star boy as well. So the man who, when he gets the ball, has to make something happen. So he will often operate in these kind of areas. And if he is dispossessed due to his age or is, you know, just overcommitting or something like that, the turnover always happened on the left-hand side for the Dutch. So Gakpo would hug the touchline here, and he was good enough in this game to just go 1v1 against the fullback every single time. And it was just so proficient, fruitful, and successful for the Dutch.
Proficient, fruitful, and successful.
Adjectives. Case in point, less than 1 minute into the game. This is 50 seconds in before 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏's even touched the ball, and look at where Gakpo's positioned from the offset. And this is just delightful skill. He was absolutely on it from the off. A little back heel through the legs back to 𝗦𝗶𝗴𝗍𝗏𝗏. It's an amazing 1-2. And 𝗘𝗫𝗏𝗏𝗏 ended up wriggling his way through and getting an early shot off, which blazed over the bar, but it set the tone for the game. But this is really the moment I'm talking about, where 𝗬𝗓𝗏 deviates from that right-hand side, and then the opening opens up for the Dutch. A long ball goes in over the top, and Netherlands end up winning the ball back. And you can see 𝗕𝗫𝗍𝗏𝗏𝗏 here in the number 10 position when he starts on the right-hand side complaining to the referee. And just look at how quickly the Dutch turn it over to Gakpo's side now. Popped into 𝗕𝗫𝗧𝗜𝗠𝗘 and he sprays it out wide as soon as possible to Cody Gakpo because he knows that's where the space is. And then instantly from a Turkey long ball, just like that, he's 1v1 against the fullback. And this rinsed and repeated itself throughout the entire 90 minutes. This one was a horrific cross, but we'll let him off. Then on to the second half, and now given the context, Turkey have the lead in the game. You can see 𝗕𝗫𝗬𝗓 there, now on the right-hand side, but in the way that I said at the start of the video, how the Dutch were persistent with their game planning, getting it out wide to Cody Gakpo as much as they could, they continued doing so. And again, up against a bank of 5, his first thought is always to just take on the fullback and get a cross in, and it's very, very simple and archaic, but it gets the job done. And then another amazing example is this sequence of play in the 61st minute, and you can see Turkey have got every player behind the ball here, and the Dutch are spreading it from the right-hand side to the left, and they can't really find a way through. They've got 𝗕𝗫𝗧𝗜𝗠𝗔 on the ball, you know, Van Dijk dwelling on it. There's no real man who's willing to take the initiative and try and unlock this deep block. Oh, there is. It's this man. Again, drives towards the penalty area, drop of the shoulder, sends the fullback, and possession then gets recycled. And just look at how much deeper Gakpo alone has forced Turkey to drop. Can I just say as well, as a Manchester City fan as well, I'm not going to name any names, but there's a guy who plays for my club, a left winger, and when he gets the ball, he don't really do any of that. He doesn't, you know, drive to the byline, try and sit a defender down, that kind of thing. He passes it back and recycles possession. He loves doing that, but he don't really do any of the other stuff. He just he stops the ball, waits for someone to come near him, and then just passes it back, and that's worth 100 million apparently. Anyway, enough of the silly jokes. This was in minute 69.
Nice.
There we go. And again, it's fizzed in to Cody Gakpo, but this time he doesn't exactly do what he's done in the previous clips where I've shown you, where he's just taken a man to the touchline and tried to get a cross in. No, he rolls his man, nutmegs a second one, and then drives towards the edge of the penalty area to open up a shooting chance. And right there you can see he's almost took 5 Turkish players out the game with one movement on his own. It's popped into Simmons, and admittedly the pass is a little bit high, difficult for Simmons to control. He does very well with it, to be fair, and it's a chance that's created danger with the resulting Gakpo overhead kick. And then the reason I'm showing this for context is this then got rebounded back out, sent back into the penalty area, then the 𝗕𝗫𝗧𝗜𝗠𝗘 chance came, which won Netherlands the corner, which they then scored from. So really it was the ingenuity from Cody Gakpo which helped Netherlands get back into the game and draw them level. And then finally, of course, the second goal. I know this one went down as an own goal, but look at where Cody Gakpo is making that astute back post run from the left-hand side of the pitch. And yeah, to be honest, you could argue this is maybe a foul, but he ultimately forced the own goal with that back post run. It did count, so it's going in the video. And the point I'm trying to make as well is, in every sense of the game, whether he was scoring, dribbling, you know, keeping the ball, retaining possession, that turnover kind of thing, Gakpo completely dominated and locked down the left-hand flank for the Dutch throughout the whole 90 minutes. So from the first minute to the 75th, where he kind of scored Netherlands' second goal, he was just absolutely dominant. Now finally, the bit you've all been waiting for. What does this mean for England, Adam? Well, I think it spells danger. The reason I say this is in 90-minute matches, England have only won 1 game out of 5 so far this tournament, which isn't great. And although we have conceded 3 goals, which is very, very good on paper, I only feel like that's been the case because of the lack of star quality in the sides that England have faced. You know, you think about games that have knocked England out in tournaments gone by, that Mario Mandzukic goal in extra time for Croatia, Leonardo Bonucci, the imperious Italian centre-back, popping up for a corner to equalise in Euro 2020. And then, of course, as well, moments from quality from 𝗕𝗫𝗧𝗜𝗠𝗘 and Giroud at Qatar in a game that England largely had the lion's share of. So what I'm saying is this history here, and if you go through this Netherlands team, you've got a former Ballon d'Or contender in Virgil van Dijk, you've got a former Golden Boy winner in Memphis Depay, you've got a Golden Boy contender, or 2 of them, in Jeremy Frimpong and 𝗕𝗫𝗧𝗜𝗠𝗔, and then of course you've got the man of the tournament as well, in my opinion so far, in Cody Gakpo. And the reason I think this is a little bit of a worry is the fact that I said in the start of the video, Netherlands stick to their game plan and their players are very positionally disciplined, and they just will not fold under the pressure of the circumstance of the game, whatever minute it's in, whether England take the lead or not. They're going to be there persistently, and they've got the star quality to have those moments that have knocked England out in the past. And if you look at the way Gakpo just played in that game, where he's constantly taking on the fullback, that then does beg the question, do you play Kyle Walker for the recovery pace? Do you play Trent? Because a lot of people seem to think he can't defend for some reason. Do you go back to Trippier at right back because he can defend? What does Gareth Southgate do? Because you can be rest assured that every time Gakpo gets the ball in this game, when England do play the Netherlands, he's just going to go at them. Anyway, I'll cheer up now, we won. Anyway, guys, yes, 3 more games to go, I think. Is there a third place playoff? I don't know. Is there? No, thank God for that. 3 games to go, guys. We will be covering all of them. And if you're more of a magazine kind of person as well, then we have got the new edition of the mag here with Pep's disciples. So you got Arteta, Alonso, Slot, Company, and Maresca. All managers, well, hang on, 1, 2, 3. 3 managers he will be finishing ahead of next season. Hey! So yeah, you can buy that in any store you wish. Anyway, guys, do not forget to subscribe. I've been Adam Monk on socials @_Adam Monk if you'd like to check that out. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Have a lovely rest of the weekend. Take care. I will see you very soon. Goodbye.